Hi guys, it's me Jade, and I know it's been a very long time since I filmed, but that is because I've been working on my Barbie video. Like, I've been prepping for that. It was not easy to watch 41 Barbie movies. Like, I had to like pace it out for a few months. Like, I had to stop watching for like a month, and then I started watching it again, and then I had to like go back, write everything I wanted to write, make sure everything was correct. Even at this, it could be still a little disorganized. I'm not very good at like, you know, analytical videos or whatever. I haven't really gone too deep into that, but I'm gonna do my best. So with that, I am wearing a Barbie-esque outfit for the occasion. My Barbie cooler. Put the word core on everything. So annoying. I don't know, that's just a pet peeve of mine, but it's fine. We're gonna go worst to best, so we can save the best for last. Durr. So we're gonna get into this. First, we have number 41, Barbie and the Sensations. So this is the second ever Barbie movie to come out. Not like actually like Barbie like in the 2000s, but the first like Barbie related movies. Like, these were like straight to TV or straight to video, you know what I mean? These weren't like as popular. These were like the 2D animation 80s movies. So this one is second. Barbie and the Sensations is when they time travel back into time into the 60s or the 50s, and Barbie becomes a pop star or like a celebrity in the 60s. Barbie and the Sensations, number 41. So what I had to say for Video Game Hero, they used the same exact models from Barbie Spy Squad. I think that they were connected in the story with Barbie Spy Squad. So for me, I felt that at first, not realizing that the story was probably connected, I thought that was like lazy. It was like they could have just like done it up again, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's the same characters, like I think they still used like the same models and didn't really change anything about them, like make them smoother, make them have nicer outfits. Like, it was just like a very choppy movie. The animation in this movie, like I was saying, is so laggy. I think it's meant to give it like a video game feel sometimes when it's laggy, but I don't know if it was just the website I was watching it on, but I looked up a few different versions of it and it was like laggy as shit. So this movie just seemed like it was very fast made. Like, it didn't seem like it was that thoroughly animated. But I did think, I will give it this, I did think that the different like levels of the animation, you know, like in the video games, like the different type of video games, like I thought that was a cool type of thing Barbie doesn't really do very often. To me, it was very early 2010s in a bad way, like poorly executed, lag, a lot of empty background, no color scheming, like just very like blah. And I think that was because they were trying to do so much instead of like really taking their time. I will say that they did give a little bit of uniqueness through the movie because of the video game aspect, but not a very good score for me, 3 out of 10. Right, next up is Great Puppy Adventure. Skipper in this movie is kind of taking the lead. So like it's a little bit different. Like, Skipper usually doesn't take the lead in many of the movies up until recently. So, you know, something different to have Skipper be more of the front. I also said the corn dog guys were kind of funny with their hick-ass accents. They kept killing me because they were being dumb and funny. I'm very literate, as you can see.
Voila! Corn dog a la Martin.
Again? Doesn't matter how you garnish them, it's still day-old corn dogs.
Ooh, I think these might be 2 days old.
This movie was a 4 out of 10 for me. Dolphin Magic, number 38. Dolphin Magic. I like the first few seconds in the movie. The dolphins are cute. They have little glitter tattoos. They were all sparkly. I thought that was very cute. And the opening logo I apparently thought was very cute as well. It gave me Polly Pocket movie vibes. Ooh, I love Polly Pocket. The Polly Pocket movie. I liked the story of helping out the dolphins in the facility. Like, they had like this, one of the sparkly dolphins like held up in the facility because it was, they were like using the dolphin like for money, gain off of the dolphin in the exhibit like SeaWorld does, you know. I thought it was kind of like a nod to all the SeaWorld stuff that happened, but I don't know, I could be looking into that, but I just thought it was very cute to like help the dolphins get back into their habitat. So I thought this was like, you know, a little nod to the mistreatment of aquatic creatures. So I give this movie a 6 out of 10. It's very cute. Not the best, but not the worst. Pretty cute. Barbie and a puppy chase. This one is not very long. This movie is simple but cute. It's sisterly bonding and puppies that talk. Apparently, the puppies talk and are cute, and they surf, and it's a tropical environment. I like the ending where Barbie doesn't know what to do. I think I remember, like, Barbie, she's just saying, like, I'm not sure what to do this time. Like, she gets frustrated. She's trying so bad to help her sisters, and she keeps, like, telling them, like, this and this and that to help them and make them feel better, but she's finally like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what we're gonna do next. And she's finally honest with them, and they all can work together. You know, the kids understand that she's struggling to figure out something to come up with, so they all work together. But yeah, so I just thought the sisterly bonding was nice, but it wasn't very like prominent in my memory. I know why I gave the ranking I did. I gave it a 3 out of 10. Not very prominent in my memory. I just remember bits and pieces, you know. And I did watch, like, these movies. I tried to watch them over, you know, like, again, if I missed stuff, I would rewind, go back, take notes. Like, it was, you know, a little difficult. 3 out of 10, Puppy Chase. On to number 36, Spy Squad. The models in this movie are very pretty. I feel like they look a lot nicer than some of the previous movies. I like the gymnastics aspect of the movie. I used to, well, my sister was in just gymnastics. I wasn't in it for very long, but, you know, it was fun. Fun while it lasted. I liked the spy aspect because it was, you know, a new type of subject for Barbie. Like, they hadn't done a spy movie before. But there was nothing very spectacular about this movie. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Thinking back now, I feel like that's a little bit too high. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10. Because I don't remember it hardly. Now we're at 35, Barbie and the Rockers. Barbie and the Rockers was the first actual Barbie movie in the 80s. It's just, like I was saying, 2D. It's a musical type vibe. Like, they have the rock band. Barbie and her rock band are so famous. Barbie is a household name around the world. And her and her band are so famous. They are like, we are going to be the first ones. No, Barbie actually. Her band doesn't know this until she tells them. She's like, we are going to be the first ones to perform in space. And everybody, including her bandmates, are like, what? So yeah. The plot is fun. It's like, I feel like it is a very Barbie-esque, I don't know. But it's just, like, not my favorite, you know, but it's still cutesy. 5 out of 10. Alright, let's move on.
We'll leave you girls to get ready.
34, Princess Adventure. The antagonist literally says he wants to exploit her, but quickly corrects himself. Like, that would be a huge red flag. Ken also looks so dorky. But Princess's switching place to me is boring at this point, because it's like, okay, you guys have done that. Been there, done that. But as for another reason, it was like the princess wanting freedom before a marriage, so she didn't have to, like, not experience any sort of freedom before being tied down. But she doesn't even get married, so that's good. But, you know, predictable. So 3 out of 10, and it's, yeah, let's go on to the next one. 33, Thumbelina. This one, I remember this one was like, I took a lot of notes for Thumbelina. I remember that because this one made me really mad, I guess. From what I remember. Oh, okay. This one, I won't even really have to like think about it because I'm pretty sure I just said everything that I hated about this movie. But I did say positive. I wasn't trying to be like just hating because I'm assuming that the Barbie animators wanted to have more of a budget and do more with it. But like Mattel at the time wasn't doing that well because of like lawsuits and stuff with Bratz. So like they weren't at their peak either, you know? Like the doll market was on a low. So they were on a low because of like, you know, those things correlate. Anyway, Thumbelina. I don't like the animation style. I don't like the attempt to modernize the fairy look that they already had. The dolls were cute. I will give them that. The dolls were very cute, and I would like some Thumbelina dolls for myself in my collection. But the animation is very uncomfortable. It's so like, just like color vomit, if that's the best thing I could describe it as. And I find the side characters already agitating. I'm 5 minutes in, and Thumbelina sounds like an adult while her friend's so childish and frankly annoying. Like they were like, and Thumbelina just had like a very like mature voice compared to like her little tiny like fairy body with their like child friends. Like I don't know, it's very weird. The design of the flowers and the colorscaping is very unpleasant to look at. Like it was very just like colors all over the place because it's bright and kids like that, you know? Like I was a very particular child. I didn't like Shrek because of like the color scheming. Yeah, I was one of those type of kids. Like I was like, yeah, I don't know, I just feel so uncomfortable from this movie. It's giving me such a bad vibe because of the concrete castle in Shrek. Like it gave me bad vibes. So I am very like, I need it to really melt my eyes away, or my like senses in my eyes need to be touched. But the designs of the flowers and the colorscaping are very unpleasant and bright and just hard to look at, frankly. Their faces wrinkle in such a way that makes them look so old while being young, like, and young looking. Like they were just like their faces would scrunch in such weird ways. It just looks so alien, like so weird. Why is everything shaped like it's a curated garden? Like it's like, it was like almost like a shape garden the whole time, and I was like, yeah, they should tear that shit down because it's ugly. It's the plot of the movie that they want to tear the thing down. I don't agree with that. Don't tear down nature, but it was really ugly. The pink hummingbird Lola is cute, but this movie is very uncomfortable for me to watch, and I'm not a fan. Why does the pug look like that? But the little girl was just being brat. She wanted the flowers. She wanted to buy the field of flowers and own them just to flex on her friend that she has a field of flowers. Like, hey, let's go to my field of flowers, because her friend has like is like rich. She's rich too. Privileged little bitches. Anyway, like I don't know, this Barbie, I like that Barbie is telling Kelly the story of Thumbelina. I'm pretty sure is how this movie is. I like that perspective. Yeah, but to me, I said it didn't really feel like a Barbie movie, except Barbie telling that to Thumbelina, or telling the Thumbelina story to Kelly. I find the girl's apartment more appealing and nice to look at to the eye. I got mad. It's just fucking dumb. The little fairy was saying an actual sentence to her, more complex than anything that she would be programmed by her parents, yet shakes her like a salt shaker. Like, she started shaking her as if she isn't like a complex creature that just spoke to you. Like, if my doll right here, if Hallie just, or Ariel just started talking to me, I'd be like, hey girl. I wouldn't be like, sorry I did that to you. Yeah, she basically is just holding Thumbelina hostage. That's really fun. And she escapes the little girl and comes back to barter to try to get her to not take down the field, because they need that to live. That's their home. She and Thumbelina start to bond and build a real friendship. And then she hurts Thumbelina because she starts like flexing about Thumbelina, or like telling her friends about her instead of like keeping her a secret. But the girl started to like really have a conscience and feel bad for what she did. Like, you know, she's not just a toy that I can flex. Like, she has like issues, and she's trying, you know. She stood up to her dad and did not let him answer the phone. So she was really going hard for Thumbelina, like towards the end. She was trying to save her field. I understand, like, she wouldn't want to let that field go. She doesn't want to hurt Thumbelina's like people. Get it? It's good that they do have some good conscience, because after Thumbelina comes out and reveals herself to the parents, like the parents, you know, listen, finally understand, like, they don't want to hurt the fairies. And also, she literally rides her, I will say this about the little girl, she rides her bike all the way to that field. I was like, damn, Jimmy went hard. They were mid-traffic in the car, and so she rode her bike. She was like, let me take my bike out of this car, and I will get there first and make sure they don't take down the park. So she beat traffic to go and save Thumbelina's park. And I thought that was very righteous of her as a little girl to, like, you know, grow up in your head so fast when you've been so privileged to really, like, start growing so quickly. I think this is good about her character, you know. But about halfway through the movie, it got good with the plot, but with all my dislikes for the aesthetics, I like the message, but the movie itself, I just don't like. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. So, 5 across the board. So next we have Skipper and the Big Babysitting Adventure. This movie I actually liked. I remember this movie because I watched it, I think, like last. Maybe? I think I watched it last. I thought the animation style was pretty nice. Like, I thought it was pretty smooth in this movie. This is a later movie, it's like newer. It has like an anime style from when Skipper goes into her like little, kind of her diary type entry things. Like, I don't know if they're diary entries per se, but they're more of like her thoughts. She's kind of like, her thoughts are coming to fruition. It's like in this anime style, and I thought that was pretty cute. It seemed like they were experimenting more with the styles, you know, like they're doing now. I think that's pretty cool. This movie, she wants to be a babysitter. She has a little babysitting service that she starts, but it starts to get really bad reviews at first because she had everything clean, pristine, perfect, right about when all the parents were about to pick up the kids. Then one thing led to a chain of events that just literally messed up the entire house and all the kids with it. And so the parents come home and are like freaking out because they're like, we are picking up our kids and they're all messed up. Like, you've never had a kid get messed up at the end of the day. Like, I'm not saying like she hurt the kids, like I'm saying like literally they're just messy looking, like they just have a mess. Like, I guess that they'd be frustrating after work to deal with, but she was clearly had a lot on her plate. Like, she had 5 kids with her. She's like, what, 13, 14? You know, that's a lot. She was trying, and I feel like if she would have been able to just be like, I'm really, really sorry. This is like, I tried very hard. It was just very, very quick. It just got messed up again. I don't know. I guess maybe they wouldn't believe her. But anyway, so she starts to go and look for jobs. She works at this like carnival, something like that. She works at a carnival. Starts working at a carnival or like a fair or something like that. and she meets her two friends that she starts her babysitting service with. For me, this movie was a 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty cute. It's just a cute Barbie movie. Like, it's not like anything special, but it's cute. I'm gonna use that word a lot today. We have Barbie's Starlight Adventure. So I do want to say the animation in this movie is very beautiful. I will say that Barbie's face is a little bit weird. I think they were trying to give her like a more like youthful appearance, and she had the gap, and I thought that the gap was cute because I have a gap too. But her like, I felt like her eyes were a little too big, but she still looked really pretty. I think maybe she was meant to look a little alien because she's like space, but the scenery was gorgeous. And it's pretty well animated. When I was watching it in 720p, like it looked pretty clear, looked pretty nice, crisp quality. I feel like they put a lot of effort into this. And the Barbie model I thought was pretty. It looked a little weird in the face, but I thought the like braid was nice, and sci-fi outfit very nice. She also had a cuff on her ear, which I thought was interesting. The sky in the movie, they like animated a really beautiful like sky. I thought it was really nice. Her dad looked so young though. Like her dad looked like he could have been her brother, which was I thought was like really weird. The king was an asshole to Barbie, I feel like at first, because she goes in like this training program for like space, and I feel like she kept just making like small mistakes, and he would catch her just like every single time, and he kept thinking she was just making all these fucked up mistakes when I feel like a lot of them weren't even her mistakes, but that's from what I remember. But he came around to Barbie in the night, and which was nice. But I liked the movie, had a fun, unique plot for the Barbie universe. On the next one, Barbie and the Pearl Princess. I like this take on Rapunzel's story, but you know, it's like obviously not Barbie Rapunzel, but it's Barbie Rapunzel Mermaid Edition. Okay, so the villain in this movie was not Aunt Scylla, like, you know, the woman Gothel and Rapunzel, but it was the man who put Scylla up to kidnapping Barbie because, well, the girl, I don't remember her name, she kidnaps her because he said he was gonna kill her, and she had been taking care of her as like the king's servant, nanny lady. So she takes the baby and protects her because she doesn't want the guy to kill the baby. So she's like, this is all I can do. All I can do is run. So she takes her and runs. So I thought that was a pretty cool concept, and I also liked the mermaid aspect. I love mermaids. So I give this movie a 7 out of 10 because it was a nice plot, simple, straight to the point, nice animation. Just cute. I don't know. I thought it was cute. So, Barbie: A Perfect Christmas. Number 29. We're at number 29. There's nothing that really stood out too much in this movie. This movie was basically a Christmas movie. Obviously, they try to go on vacation to see their I think their aunt. Skipper and Stacy, I guess, I thought they were bitches. Skipper was asking all the elves for help and being like just very hard to work with. Like, they were asking for help, like, hey, what do you want for this for your performance? Because Skipper, she is like a music artist. She has a blog online, or vlogs online. She posts online, and she wanted to throw a party on her own and have like a performance from the band. She was gonna perform with them, and she was trying to set up the event, and she was like, I need to do it all on my own, like Barbie. And it's like, Barbie doesn't do everything on her own. You just she told Barbie in a mean way, I felt like, to say, like, don't make this a Barbie thing. I want this to be a Skipper thing. Like, that doesn't, her helping you doesn't make it about her, but okay. But Skipper's a teenager, we'll give her that. But in this movie, I felt all she did was like ruin the mood. She was just like a snotty little teenager in this movie, and she's just like not making decisions. She's just acting up. She yells at Chelsea, and then Stacy yells at her too. They all get mad at her, so she ends up running away. She's like, you guys are being mean. You guys are leaving me out. Stacy's like, leave me alone. You like just says something so mean to her. I was pretty aggressive in my like writing. I'm like joking, so I was like, I hate these bitches for real. This is making me feel so much childhood trauma seeing how they're acting towards her. Because they were calling her a baby, they were pushing her away, being very mean. So I was just like, I felt very related because like I was the baby of the family and I was called stupid. I was like made to feel like discluded sometimes. So, you know, I could relate to her on that. But, you know, it's like it was a movie, it's fine. I said Barbie needs to curb stomp her sisters. Girl, I'm aggressive. So we're gonna rank this one a 2 out of 10 and move on because that's what I had ranked, and I didn't have anything else much to say other than I just very much didn't like this movie. I felt it was like it could have been better. But Barbie and Chelsea the Lost Birthday. I actually didn't mind this movie, but her birthday went missing because the international date line. I thought that was a pretty smart move. Like for a kids movie, like that's pretty smart. Like plot, like your birthday getting lost because of the international date line, like that's pretty smart. But in her dream sequence, I thought it was really cute how it had like toys being her friends, like it's very childlike. I thought that was super cute. But her also, it was like her family, like because she falls asleep. And that's what the plot of the movie, like she falls asleep somewhere hidden and she thinks she goes on this adventure, and it's subconsciously like her family members are her little stuffed toy friends, and I think that is just so cute. That is such a good like plot point. Like I don't know, like her subconscious being her family members and their little stuffed toys to guide her through her adventure. That is so cute. In the 2000s, I think if that was done in the 2000s with like an animation style that's more like aesthetically pleasing to the eye like of many people of the Barbie fandom, that would have done very well. Like I feel like it would have done a lot better. I mean, I'm sure Barbie in the Lost Birthday, like I'm sure it did good, but I feel like it would have done better, you know? Anyway, so for mermaid power, I said these mermaids look like randomized sim mermaids. Some of them look pretty cool, but a lot of them kind of just look like randomized sims. But the animation I thought was pretty, like for the actual like ocean and like environment. I liked Brooklyn being in this movie. I like Brooklyn's voice actress. I think she does a pretty good job for Brooklyn Barbie. I liked Isla is back for this movie. I liked this movie had a lesson of respecting nature and our oceans and teaching people about pollutions and the garbage mass in the ocean. I thought that's very nice to be educating our children on those subjects. Like, it's very, very nice. I thought this movie was really good. So, next one, that was 7 out of 10. Barbie Big City, Big Dreams. I thought this movie was super cute. The concept of two Barbies, but one being from Malibu and one being from Brooklyn. They call each other Malibu and Brooklyn. Like, that's so cute. I thought that movie was very cute. I thought the progress of them and their classes was nice to see. The plot point is they make Brooklyn Barbie believe that Malibu Barbie sabotaged her when they were performing on stage, when in reality Malibu Barbie just tripped and like pushed her or something, and they literally expel Malibu Barbie for this, and the principal literally just makes Brooklyn believe this. Like, she doesn't have evidence, she doesn't have proof. She's like, I don't believe Barbie would do that. And then the principal was like, well, I believe she did. And then Brooklyn was just like, okay. Like, I don't know, I guess because you want to like believe a teacher, like that they wouldn't lie, but the teacher just might have saw it in a different way, which I can understand. Kids can be mean, so I can understand the principals like want to step in and figure out what's going on. But if Brooklyn and Malibu both say like that is not what happened, I tripped or she tripped, I feel like this shouldn't have happened. But anyway, the teacher just basically gaslighted her to something that didn't happen. Anyway, I'm glad it all worked out. Brooklyn went all the way to Malibu to go get Barbie to bring her back to the school. Like, that is such a good friend. That is such a good friend. They are so cute. I love them. I love them. But anyway, this movie was a 7 out of 10 for me because I wish I had more of that Y2K style, but I liked the plot. It was nice. It was a fun, enjoyable watch. So, let's move. Okay, so number 25, Barbie and a Mermaid Tale 2. Barbie and a Mermaid Tale 2. Okay, so Barbie and Mermaid Tale 2. I loved the movie. I love the mermaids. I love that she embraces her identity of both human and mermaid together. So this is Marlia. She has some conflict when her mom immediately put off her competition she had worked so hard for. Like, she loves her on land life as much as she does her underwater life. So her mom just like stepping into her life and then automatically assuming that she's just gonna drop everything for that, you know, for her like underwater life. Like, I understand, like, I would, because I'm a fucking mermaid. Like, let me drop everything, go in the ocean. That's literally me. But she was like, I have priorities on land too. I want to be able to go there. But when it was ultimately like she needed to do it, she dropped it. She was willing to give it up, you know, for her kingdom. She knows how important the kingdom is. Even if her life on land is important too, she knows that's more important because there's other people. Like, she's willing to grow, but doesn't want to change those important aspects of what she was. But I hated Kylie at first, but then she grew on me. Like, she actually got some character development, which I thought was really nice. Like, her trying to steal Merlia's necklace to become a mermaid, and then actually getting to be a mermaid, like, herself. Like, that is so sweet. And, like, they're like, friendly competition after, you know? Like, I think that's very nice. So, I thought this movie was a 9 out of 10. Like, that's so cute. She had to keep her mermaid powers. Like, oh, that's so cute. 9 out of 10. Next, 24, we have Barbie and a Christmas Carol. I liked the storytelling dynamic with Kelly. That's one of my favorite types of those movies. I think she's very cute, just storytelling to your little sister, or to her little sister, just very cute. I like the like sisterly dynamic. I have an older sister. I mean, she didn't like read books to me. She's not that much older than me, but I just like sisterly dynamics. I don't know. I liked the setting in Victorian England, like Victorian era England. I loved like the design of each character. Like, I just thought they all looked really nice. Her voice sounds like Mia Goth. I love that her best friend's family was so kind while she had to endure the abuse from her aunt. Like, it was so sad. She had to work on Christmas. She had to sing. Like, no wonder why she had this mentality of just work. Nothing's more important than work. Because she didn't get to have those nice warm moments. And then when she did, her aunt came and fucking ruined them. So I just really liked how deep and complex this story was. Like, obviously, Christmas Carol, that's like the story, you know. I like the Barbie version. And she actually changed herself, and not just to get a like luxurious life back. Like, she's poor, you know. Most people would be like not really willing to change, but just want their life back because like, and not want to move forward and like grow. And I think she did want to after learning like her wrongs and seeing how she was acting. But this movie, for a Christmas movie, I don't really like Christmas movies very much, but I gave it a 7 out of 10, and I do still agree with that. I think it's a pretty good movie, yeah. Anyway, number 23, Barbie and the Three Musketeers. I like this movie. It reminds me of one of my old friends. If you're ever watching this, we watched this movie at your house. I don't want to say your name just in case you want privacy, but one of your parents is friends with my dad, and we hung out like a lot when we were younger, and she was just very, very sweet. Like, we watched like Barbie movies together. We would play video games together. you know, she was a pretty nice friend that I had. But like we were more like family, it felt like. But I haven't talked to her in a while. I'd like to see how she's doing. But anyway, in this movie, I really liked the scenery. I liked how it was based in a time that's very unprogressive towards women, but they overcome it, you know, like they're showing the struggle of women back in the day, because, you know, women had to struggle at one point. I hope you knew that. Women still struggle. But girls overcame it. I liked how they saved the prince, but wasn't wooed by him, because he disrespected her desire to be a musketeer. Their dresses at the masquerade were really nice. I also liked the Unbelievable cover, because it was like, you're unbelievable. I think that song. But it was pretty, like, cute movie. It's just girls being girl bosses, you know? So 6 out of 10. Let's move on. I mixed up Princess and the Pop Star and Princess Adventure.
But I'm talking about Barbie, Princess and the Pop Star in this clip. This is the only time I'll cut in like this, but my apologies for this.
So I liked that, like, I had the first part okay, but when it got to them switching places and addressing like the privileges between both sides, I kind of lost what I was saying because I didn't specify what those privileges were. Anyway, on Kira's side, she has privileges to see like what her fans are going through, but then Tori can see what like the kingdom's going through, like the actual struggles, like they can't afford certain items and such like that. So, you know, them switching places made them learn more about themselves and the things that they don't understand, they don't see from their own perspective. So they learn their lessons, not lessons, but they learn from their different perspectives and walking in each other's shoes, and they defeat Seymour. They save the Gardenia plan. So I thought, you know, since this kind of took me a second to like reorganize in my brain, it did have a pretty layered plot. Now, however, I will say, if they went and tried this again, I would say they should tone down that 2010s era look, because it was very like in your face about the like animations and stuff. But I all like the movie, so 7 out of 10. Ponytail. This movie is very cute. They go off to their aunt's for a summer or an extended period of time at her little horse stable, her equestrian house. They learn horse riding. I love this movie because of Barbie Horse Adventure. I love Barbie Horse Adventure. It's such a good game. But I like, I wish it would have revolved around the game concept though. That would have been cool. But the animation models weren't too bad. The horses were pretty. I liked Stacy learned that her horse isn't an object and they need to work together, collaborate to really get a thing going. I like that it focuses on their growth. I like this movie. 6 out of 10. Barbie Rockin' Royals. I liked the set designs. The rocker camps were nicely designed. Or the rocker camp was nicely designed. I think the plot is alright. This reminded me when they, this SpongeBob episode where they are on boats and they go to like camps, and one of them's like a cutesy camp and one of them's like the prison camp, and they go to the prison camp. That's what it reminds me of, just like its setup, you know, because of the boats. But Erica's hair, I thought it was really nice. I thought it was cool, like the side shape. I thought them putting the hair down at the end was nice. I wasn't a big fan of the fashions, but my boyfriend all added that they looked like Disney characters. We watched this movie together. But I feel like they should have stuck to a more Barbie look, because they do, like, the dolls look weird if they don't really look like Barbie dolls. They like look like very colorful, bright, like, I don't know, they just looked weird. They didn't look Barbie like to me. But I wasn't a huge fan of this movie, but it was cute, so I'll give it 4 out of 10. Okay, so this movie, I thought it was a really unique take on the fairy concept in the Barbie universe. So this basically was like Barbie in real life. Like so Barbie in the Barbie universe, basically Barbie plays all the different characters till up until a certain point, and then it starts taking place in Barbie's real life. And this is, I think, like kind of the start of when it starts taking place in Barbie's real life, but it still had like a fantasy element. Her like designers were fairies, or like are fairies, but they keep it secret from her. Shh, very secret. So the fairy queen is put under a spell, comes from the fairy world, sees Ken, is like, that man is mine, takes him, kidnaps him, and she wants to marry him. And Ken is just like, what? But girl boss behavior. But I liked the fairy girls dynamic, and Barbie. I thought they had like a nice dynamic. I thought they were really good friends. Even though they kept that big secret from her, but like obviously. Raquel's dynamic with her, I thought was nice, like the enemies to friends, you know. And in this movie is very cute, I think, and fun. Like I think he's like a good fit for Barbie. Like I think they really do mesh well in this movie. They make them forget about the fairy world, I think. But they can come back anytime, I think. Once they go in the fairy world, like you can go there and just be a fairy, which is sick. But anyway, I like the movie 8 out of 10. Barbie in a fashion fairy tale. A fashion fairy tale. I really like the setup of her being an actress who loses her job and her boyfriend, and she needs a fresh start. Like, you don't really see them putting Barbie, like, in a bad position, and she really wants to have a fresh start, you know? Like, that's, I don't know, I just think that's very raw for Barbie. I like that. I also like her being in France with her aunt. Oh my god, her silly little aunt is always in every movie. Her aunt is very nice though. I love being an auntie, so just like this makes me think of how I'll be when I'm older or something. I love that Ken is traveling beyond all the mishaps to get there, because they didn't really break up. I think Raquel like pranked her somehow into thinking they broke up. I can't really remember exactly how they broke up, but they broke up in this movie, and Ken didn't mean it. Like, he wasn't trying to break up with her. It's not even like he wanted nothing to, but like she just got broken up with, you know, somehow. I just don't remember how. And he travels all the way to go and let Barbie know, because he's like, I need to give her a grand gesture to show her I love her, which, you know, the grand gesture thing is just like, calm down. I feel like we need to stop putting that out there. Like, grand gestures, most people don't want that. But anyway, and he tries to get there to make up for the misunderstanding. But I love the Flairies. I really want Flairy dolls, like living like Flairy. But they're so cute and sassy. And I love they cheer on Glimmer, who's the like more anxious one of the group and hasn't got her powers yet. And she gets there in the end, but they really push her to be like, they are understanding, but they're like, you can do it, you know. I liked, Millicent is the aunt's name. She's very sweet. She's very shy compared to Barbie's outgoingness. I love their dynamic. And Barbie encouraging her to do more work, like not to give up on her fashion career, I thought was very sweet. I liked Ken and her reuniting. I thought that was also nice. And them forgiving the other designer that stole their work was cool, but I feel like she should have had some repercussions, like being sued. But this movie was really cute. 8 out of 10. Barbie and the Diamond Castle. Going into this movie, I did not expect to like it that much, because the first time I started watching it, I didn't really like it that much, you know? But anyway, I'll get into it. This movie was okay. I watched it the first time. It was really confusing and slow paced, but fast at the same time, because I couldn't keep up with it. So I would have to go back and just misunderstanding. But the scenery is really beautiful. The colors are a little bright at the beginning, but it starts to die down, and you know, it starts to get to know itself, I feel like. And I think the twin boys were utterly useless, other than them to like help them just a few times. But I was just like, have them be gay. Like, I don't know. The songs were pretty though, and I like how it went back to the root of like telling stories to Kelly. You know, it's like one of those stories again. But Barbie and the Diamond Castle, 6 out of 10. Barbie Fairytopia Magic of the Rainbow. Barbie Fairytopia Magic of the Rainbow. This movie is pretty cute. I loved the Fairytopia series, but I wish it'd have a different villain this time, because Laverna and the fun guy, they're just kind of like, they were like, meh. Like, you know, they were already gone, so why bring them back, you know? I thought that was a little bit lazy. Like, they could have brought somebody else back, but I guess Laverna, like, tricking her, I guess, is a good plot point. But I thought it could be different. But how most of those fairies in the Crystal Castle being very rude, like they become apprentices while being so rude to Mariposa, she like is first coming in like to work. Like, they are all so rude. Like, these are the guardians of the magic rainbow. They fucking suck. I liked Moonflower though, but why is Sunburst so mad at Alina? Alina could have let Fairytopia down and she'd be like, oh, you didn't do enough. But she saved Fairytopia and you're like, and she's mad. So I feel like she's just Sunburst. They wrote Sunburst to be very unlikable at first, but I feel like that's, you know, understandable. That's usually most bullies, you know. You better have a redemption arc. Alina ate her up though and almost made her lose her powers, and don't mess with her. But then Laverna became Sunburst to trick Alina. I think I said Mariposa at some point. I'm sorry if I did. But I thought it was really beautiful them putting all their powers together and working together. I thought it was beautiful for like how they weren't getting along. But I thought this movie made up for Thumbelina's gross modernization mistakes and keeps the bright, beautiful lushness of the fairy world. I thought Thizzle and Bibble are really cute. I loved them playing with each other and being cute about the Tooth Fairy. I like they were just so excited and cute about the Tooth Fairy. I know some people didn't like Bibble having like a girlfriend. I don't think really she's meant to be a girlfriend. I just feel like she's meant to be a friend. I feel like that's what it should be at least, but I just thought this movie was very cute. 8 out of 10. Mariposa and the Fairy Princess. I like the start of this. It's like a classic book type of intro. I really like how everyone is so supportive of Mariposa and loving and knows she's so intelligent and capable. I also like Carlos and her dynamic. I feel like Z is unnecessary though. Like, she's cute, but she just wasn't needed. But her getting winded was pretty cute. But she just wasn't like unnecessary addition. Like, the tea scene was pretty aggravating because Mariposa really wasn't doing anything wrong. They didn't accommodate her wingspan space. Like, you guys have wings. You guys know how wingspan space works, right? Like, you know about that. So why were you just being so rude abruptly to your guests? I mean, it wasn't really anybody else but the king or whatever, but the king was just asking her about things that didn't exist and disorienting her. And she just tries to take a drink of tea to, like, calm herself and her nerves. And she, like, everything just goes wrong. And then the king just starts yelling at her. Like, you are disrespectful to your guests that you invited to your kingdom. And she's the one who felt bad. Like, no. Annoying. Also, there was like a Canadian bat in this movie, and I was very annoyed by that. I wish the bat was not there. Also, the little puffballs are what messes her up a lot too, because they keep running around and fighting and getting her in trouble. And then the people just don't hear any of it or see any of it, so they're just like, Mariposa. So they're just blaming her, which is rude. Anyway. They literally make her wear her wings as a dress, which I was like, why? I hate that. They made her push her wings down. So disrespectful. I wish she would, like, I was wishing she would have just left at some point, but even when she started to leave, the trouble started, so she had to come back. She had to just be around these people so long. Like, I think the other people were really nice to her, so she wanted to stay and respect the other people, but the king was just mean. Anyway. But she went back and helped, but she came and she wanted to, like, learn, and he was coming in biased with myths, ready to confront her. But the princess and Mariposa had a really nice friendship while the king was really, not nice to her. So it was just, like, really sad to see just, like, her be bombarded like that. But I love that the friend also folded down her wings. She was like, if she has to do it, I'm gonna do it too. I thought that was very sweet. But they kicked her out, and then she came back because the villain came in with her Canadian bat to try to take the power from the city. Pretty sure that was what, like, the crystal power from the city. So, but I thought it was really nice, the community coming together to save, or like they all came together at the end as a community, and like the kingdoms, you know, are like one with each other. They're not like together, I don't think, but they like interconnect now, you know? They aren't blocked off from anybody. So I think that's a nice ending. So this was a 6 out of 10. Barbie in the pink shoes. I love the dynamic of all the dancers. It felt realistic, and it felt pretty realistic, you know? I liked the transition into the ballet world. I liked the callback to Swan Lake. I thought that was nice. But it would have been cool to see them reuse the old character, like, call back to the, like, Swan Lake story. But they use, like, different character art, which I understand. But, it would have been nice to have the old location of Swan Lake too. Like, I felt like the newer animation was, you know, not as nice looking, but I still thought it was a good movie. I felt the cut down a little bit. I felt it was like a little bit like taking a lot of time, but I still enjoyed it. 6 out of 10. Okay, Barbie Princess Charm School. I liked this movie a lot. I felt the animation was pretty good. It could have been a little less saturated, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. The outfits were pretty cute. I didn't like the ending dresses though, but Dame Devon literally killed the role. Dame Devon, like, killed that villain role. Whoever her voice actress was deserved a pay bump because she put her all into that role. One of the very good villains in the Barbie movie. I felt she put her whole buttocity in that. That's funny. Whoever played her put their whole poon into that role. But anyway, I really liked at the end the mean girl whose name I can't remember helps her and gives her the crown after being so awful to her, showing that, like, you know, she's the true deserving queen of the crown, you know, or princess. I also like that not everyone is a bratty princess like her at first. She makes friends right away. If he had actually done more, he would have been a good character, but he didn't do much. So, yeah. Like, because everybody in the school is, like, royal. So, like, not everybody was bratty to her right away, like, for being... Because she had won her spot into the charm school. You're either, like, born into the school, or you are, like, invited in. And she was invited in. So, you know, like, the girls that were bullying her didn't like that. But, you know, they were still nice people. But anyway, I like this movie. 7 out of 10. We're getting down to the wire. Barbie as the island princess. This movie was really cute. I loved all the animal and the nature in the beginning. I loved the sequence of, like, the island itself. I thought it was really beautiful, and how she looked on the island, like, so coconut girl Y2K. No, but so cute. She looked so pretty. I feel like she would have been tan though. Like I feel like she would have been really dark, and I feel like her hair would have been like really pale. Either, you know, cause like the sun bleach, basically. I feel like it would have done that. But her hair was really white. But I feel like her skin would have been darker. She would have been so tan. But I thought it was she was still really pretty. But I enjoyed the movie. But I was incredibly confused as to why the prince didn't like her when he made it clear, or why she thought the prince didn't like her when he made it really clear he wanted to be with her and only her. He's like, I don't want to marry anybody else. I want you, girl. But I guess she had never been in a relationship. Like, she doesn't know if it's true. So I guess I can understand that. And like them putting little seeds into her mind. But this movie was a 7 out of 10 for me. Very cutesy. It didn't have like too deep of a plot, so I didn't have much to write. But it was just like a cute love story. I thought it was pretty. Barbie and a Mermaid Tale. I really liked this movie. I loved her relationship with her grandpa. I thought that was very sweet and cute. And like he knew her so well, you know. I was wondering why she was so shocked about the pink hair though, and like why everybody would be freaking out so much if she had just pink hair randomly. Like most people I feel like would just assume that she dyed her hair. Like I don't know. Or yeah, it did randomly appear though, so I don't know. That I forgot. It just randomly appeared. But I just feel like nobody really would have noticed. They would probably would have been like, oh, it was hidden before. But because it wasn't like her whole head, I don't think. But it made her crash. I guess it was just a surprise. But I thought her taking that journey at the end but still wanting to see her grandpa and have a relationship was pretty sweet and nice. And like her grandpa didn't make her choose either. He was like, you can go back to Oceania, you can come here because her mother's there. He's not trying to make her choose. And I like at the end she starts to embrace the pink hair. But I think her at first hating it was a symbol of her first hating to stand out. And now like her being a mermaid and being unique, like she's fine with standing out. Like, she likes it. But the scenery in the movie I thought was pretty beautiful, not too overwhelming. I also liked that the friendly competition that her and her friend had in this movie. Like it wasn't like the next movie, Mermaid Tale 2, where it was like more of an enemies kind of to friends plot. It was more of like her friends just kind of, her and her friend like competed against each other. And I think she tries to make it to one of her things on time. Barbie Mariposa. Am I saying it right? Mariposa? I think I said it wrong a few times in the video. I apologize if I did. I liked how the start of this movie is Alina telling a story to Bibble. Like, you know, the OG Barbie movies, like Barbie telling Kelly a story. Like, that's so cute. Like, Alina telling Bibble a story to calm him down. Like, oh, it's so sweet. I liked Mariposa's design. Her brown eyes, so gorgeous. I love her brown eyes, so beautiful. She's just a beautiful character. I really need some Mariposa dolls. And I like her inquisitive, intelligent character, traits, aspects. I love how she reads and wants to have knowledge beyond what people around her know. Like, she really wants to expand her world and her horizons. I think that's a very nice character trait that Mariposa has compared to her counterparts. I also like Carlos helping, or him escaping to help his mom instead of just relying on Mariposa, you know? Like, he doesn't just sit there. He's like trying to escape as well. But this movie was a 10 out of 10 for me. Anyway. Barbie, 12 Dancing Princesses. But I enjoyed this movie a lot. I liked the dynamic of Derek and Genevieve. I thought they were very cute. Him bringing the shoes, like, for her, like, and them, they, like, talking during those moments, I just think that's very cute. And them being shy and annoying of them liking each other, I think that's very cute. And the cousin who came over to watch them was genuinely a really irritating villain, and they wrote her very well, because she was just very mean after, and, like, horrible, like, killing the dad, like, oh. But they did the role right, you know? Very good. This movie was an 8 out of 10 for me, so let's move on. Then Barbie Diaries. I really enjoyed this movie. I watched this movie multiple times. Like, Barbie Diaries is a genuinely good Barbie movie. Like, the shitty animation aside, like, I love it. Like, they're the Barbie movies that have shitty animation, but then there are Barbies that have the shitty animation. And, like, the shitty animation is, like, the good animation that's shitty. Like, it's just, like, so choppy, but, like, the fashion's good, and it's, like, almost like a webisode animation from like back in the day on an old website. Like, that's what the vibe it gave me, and I think that's so cute. Like an old YouTube Barbie movie or something that they would have put out. Like, that's what it gave me. But I love this movie. It's very quintessential for the 2000s, like type of like you know, loser to popular girl archetype. Like, I don't know, it's just so cute. I think that it's very like quintessential for the teenage contemporary plot line. I think the shitty animation gives it like a crappy doll line webisode feeling that I think was fun. The plot was a little all over the place. Like, you know, Barbie was writing a thesis on like popular kids, or like a paper about popular kids. So she starts to get in tune with the popular kids, and then she also likes this boy. It's not that deep, to be honest. It's not deep. It's just like, it's just kind of quick. Like, it's doing a lot. It's not like the plot itself. It just does a lot, you know, in the movie. Like, they go around a lot. It's just, if you watch the movie, I think you'll just understand what I mean by them. They just do a lot. 7 out of 10. Rapunzel. Honestly, I could just tell you these. I don't even need to go read from here on out. Rapunzel, I really liked her little dragon, her friend dragon, and the rabbit. I thought they were like a cute little combination of friends. I liked how the dragon ended up standing up for herself at the end. I think her name is Violet. Standing up to her dad and trying to save Rapunzel. Get her out of the thing, get her out of the tower, and go be with her man. I also liked the paintbrush aspect, the magic paintbrush aspect, where she goes into the portal and goes into the kingdom rather than like her escaping. Like, she actually like paints her escape. I think that was like a cool, unique aspect of it. And as an artist, I love that. I love that Rapunzel is an artist too. Like, painting is so, I just love it, you know. So I love that aspect of it. I loved her character design, very beautiful. This scenery was beautiful. The tower was nicely like animated, like gloomy, dark, but nice still. I feel like it still like gave a good environment for the story. But yeah, I would give that movie 10 out of 10. Okay, so Fairytopia. Okay, Fairytopia is where Alina, she goes and she saves Fairytopia. She goes through all, because Laverna puts a spell on all the fairies and makes them lose their ability to fly. But Alina, at this point, in the beginning of the series, she doesn't have wings. She can't fly. She's the only flightless fairy. So she walks everywhere, and so she is not affected by the poison, and so she goes and defeats Laverna. She walks there and defeats Laverna. She's like, she walks up in there. It's like, I love this movie. 10 out of 10. I don't know. So Princess and the Pauper. I feel like everybody knows this fucking movie. This is number 4 for me. I like this movie a lot. At first, when I went to watch it, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as everybody did, but it was a very enjoyable watch. The songs were just very lively, very fun. Just felt like a kid again, just watching the movie. I don't even need to explain the plot to you, because I explain the so many switching places plots that it's like, it's the same thing, the switching places plot, but it was the first one. It was really good. It was a princess and a pauper. A pauper being a poor person. The poor person switches places with the princess because the princess is going to be forced to marry somebody she meets. Her basically fucking twin, but she's not her twin. She's just like somebody who looks exactly like her, while going downtown, because this is before before she gets married, because she's trying to save the kingdom, like by marrying a prince that'll like help, because their kingdom will raise the like financial status of the kingdom that's poor at this point, because one of the members of the kingdom is stealing money from the kingdom that he works for so he can have power over the kingdom. I'm explaining this very badly, but yeah, I would just say go watch Princess and the Pauper. Like, it's a very good movie. I don't need to explain the plot that well for you because I feel like it's such a popular movie, but if you really don't know, it's basically the pauper and the princess switch places because the princess, she needed to marry a rich man, save the kingdom, but she didn't want to do that, and she ends up getting kidnapped, so the girl who looks like her takes her place to kind of cover for her for a while the person she actually does like goes out and tries to save her because she does like somebody. It's just not the person she's intended to marry, the guy who's her tutor. And then the pauper, yeah, steps her in her place, puts a blonde wig on, yeah, and is the princess for a bit. But then the princess pays off the pauper's debt, so she's no longer a pauper. I think she's a princess too. Because, yeah. 10 out of 10, Princess of the Pauper. Fairytopia Mermaidia. I love this movie. So good. We're in the top 3. This was hard to put this 1/3 because I love this movie. This is, like, from my childhood, this would be number 1. But watching it now, I ranked it down to 3 because I'm gonna be fair for the 2 ahead. But Fairytopia Mermaidia is really good. The mermaids are really beautifully animated. Alina with her wings, so beautiful. The scenery, beautiful. The mermaids just have always lived like in my head just forever. I can't remember what her name is, but she is the one that has a crush on the boy mermaid, and she is really bitchy, but I love her. And like she starts to be nice towards the end. And I love her design. I love all the mermaids' designs. I already said that, but I just love that movie. I'm not gonna really give too much to the plot. Go watch it. I love Fairytopia Mermaidia. Go watch Fairytopia Mermaidia. Swan Lake. Number 2 is Swan Lake. Oh yeah, Fairytopia Mermaidia, 10 out of 10. But number 2 is Barbie Swan Lake. This movie was, I watched this one a lot, like when I started, because I first watched it when like I started watching these, but I would rewatch because I was just like, I really liked it. I thought it was really beautiful animation. I thought the story was pretty. I know that like the bird, like, you know, bird creatures were a little seen as problematic. I understand that. You know, I don't want to ignore that. You know, that's like not a good part of the movie. I like how a lot of villains like in movies are portrayed like with big noses and like a lot of Jewish stereotypes. I don't like that, but I like the movie itself, like the Swan Lake, the beautiful atmosphere, the scenery. I liked the the girl's dynamic with the prince, but I think they were a little too quick to say, you know, I love you and be together. But I thought it was cute. It's still a cute movie. 10 out of 10. I really like it. Number 1, my number 1 Barbie movie is Barbie Magic of Pegasus. I really like this movie. Barbie Magic of Pegasus is my number 1 favorite Barbie animated movie. And it's just like, it's so pretty. The like snow scenery, the castle. I had nostalgia watching this one with my sister when we were young. I like remember this one pretty well. The polar bear was so cute. I liked the ice skating aspect. I liked how she was kind of rebellious towards her parents, but not in a mean way. She wasn't like being bad. She just wanted to go out and ice skate. Like, she wasn't doing anything bad, but they were protecting her for a reason, because it was a goddamn predator. Just a grown-ass man who wants to kidnap her and marry her, but you know, he's like a hot villain though. Like, why is he a hot villain? That's like but he turns ugly at the end. But yeah, I really like Magic of Pegasus. It's a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I would just say go watch that one too. For these first 3, I'm not even really gonna give you like the full synopsis. I feel like you should just go watch like the main ones if you're not gonna watch all of these. I gave you like kind of synopsises of the ones that I'm assuming you won't go watch. But if you really like Barbie movies, I would say Magic of Pegasus. If you like Pegasus horses, if you like pinkish, bluish, cotton candy type animation, the white of like snow, you know, like I feel like that is a very pretty like environment that they created, like the winter wonderland. They really encapsulated that with that movie. So with that, I have finally finished filming this video, which is just like really weird. I've been having this video idea for months, so it's really nice to finally get the video filmed. But I want to also show you, I have my Barbie necklace on. I forgot to say that earlier. I have my Barbie Fairytopia necklace on. My boyfriend got me that. But hi, bro. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Come here. Hello. I just want to say I filmed this video in celebration for the upcoming Barbie movie, live action movie. I didn't start this video with the intention of like making it for the Barbie movie video coming out, but since it's coming out soon and I had made this video like starting it, and then the Barbie trailer started to come out, I was like, oh, like this would be really cool. Like I didn't have the intention of waiting till around when it came out to film, but then I started to like, when I started like putting it off more, I was like, it'd be cool to wait till it like launch, you know, because so I wasn't at like a standstill when it's not really relevant. Like this is, I feel like, a good time to talk about it because we're all thinking about Barbie. But this is really fun to sit and talk about, and I'm finally glad to like get this film. Like I know a lot of people, I've been talking about this for months. Like I know people are like tired of me talking about it because it's not out. This is like how Jaclyn Hill like put off her makeup brand for fucking 6 years, me putting off my Barbie video for like a few months. But yeah, come here, kitty. Come here. It's my cat Brewster. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I know it's gonna be a lot, not like as long as I've been filming. This was pretty fun to film. It was fun to get my outfit together. If I was a little disorganized, I'm very sorry.